Okay, everyone, how you doing? It's I don't know 9 something. I've got this new setup. This is pretty cool. Hold it. I gotta mess with the camera a bit. I want to get closer. What happened was that yesterday this computer just like it stopped working. I mean, like first it was just like the Dell screen, just came on, whatever. And I don't know what's going on. And like, I couldn't, F2 to like, save start all that stuff. And then after that, what did I do? I did something. I think I removed, I don't know, I did something. And then like nothing, not even monitor, keyboard, whatever. And so then like what I did was, then I just Googled, nothing happens when you start a computer. And like this great web page said, well, they said to reseat the RAM memory and every power cord that you find, whatever, in the computer. And so first I reseated the RAM memory, and that didn't do anything. At first it like beeped twice, which meant that I didn't reseat it, right. And then then I reseated it right, but it didn't work. So anyway, so then I just basically like for the hard drive and the different sources, I just unplugged and plugged in every connector in within the computer, and it worked. So that was like really cool. So here's the thing. So like because it stopped working, and I'm hoping the sound works on this, and I got to like work with the light. I'm gonna have to make it better because I'm in a new location, and hold on. I don't know if this is going to make it better or worse, whatever, but I'm just like bringing some light in my direction. See, because like this computer was like by my other computer, I had it like hooked up to the same monitor, and like like about when I was doing like these things at my other computer, I was like on this. I have those kinds of chairs without a back that I'm kind of like kneeling, which is it's great for the back. I think it's better than sitting. But anyway, it got tiring for a while. So like I kind of like wanted to put it here. Now I have it like in front of my sofa, whatever. But I was like too lazy. So like this like computer not working. And first, like I thought the computer was gone. I thought like well, I will, I don't know how to deal with it because like again, like ordinarily when things go wrong with computers, you F2 or F12 or F8, whatever, you get into the setup and you do something, system restore or whatever. But I couldn't get into that, So like, and I thought just all right, well, the worst case scenario, I'll buy another hard drive and install Linux in it, or have to get it on the computer. I don't know. But anyway, so like it turned out that that so it's for the best, I guess. And I didn't really freak out like in the past I would have freaked more. But I just said, whatever, this is fate. But all right, so again, like as you can see, the lighting sucks. And hold on, I'm gonna like do a couple of things. I'm gonna like turn on some more light, from where I ordinarily have the light, and see if that helps. And then I gotta find a clock because I can't read the I can't read. See, I don't know if that made that better. The clock from where I am. So it's 9:26, and I've been going for 4 minutes exactly. Cool. All right, I don't know if that helped when I turned on that light over there. And this light's in my eyes. I'm not sure I need to have it in my eyes like that. Yeah, that's better. All right. Actually, I don't know if, whatever. I could make this brighter. All right, I'm going to make this brighter with the controls. Hold on there, okay? And I think I can do this while I'm recording, if I am not mistaken. So, all right, so the brightness, I'm going to like make it a lot brighter. And I think I can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Well, that seems like all. I think I want more contrast. No, I want more contrast. I want less contrast. I don't know. This is funny. All right, I think that this might be better. Who knows? It seems all faded out, doesn't it? but I think it's a little brighter than it was before. Anyway, all right, so it's 9:27, and so yeah, I hope this works. So this is like a lot more comfortable. I can lie back, you know. I've got like my futon, or I don't know what you call these things. These meditation cushions that I don't use it, but I bought it. I thought I'd use it once, you know. All right. Anyway, so so yeah, this is better. This is definitely better. Um, let's see. I don't know why this seems like this thing seems really high. Whatever. I'll deal with this. I think like right now, so like over here, I've got like all this laundry there and stuff, so it's out of the picture. But I think next time I do this, I'll sit in the middle because right now I'm sitting on like one of these. This is like one of these futon things that comes out. So I'm sitting on a bar. It's not so horrible, but still, I think I'd rather sit in the middle. Um, and so this is still about happiness, but I just gotta like, you know, I mean this is kind of cool because I, you know, like this is like my video journal. I can talk about whatever I want to. I don't have to talk about anything, like, you know, hardly anybody watches or views it, which is great. um, and you know, I think I want to get closer. I feel too far away from the camera thing. Hold on. All right, let's see if that's too close or what. That's better, right? That's a bit better. Maybe not. Well, let's see. Fuck, I got these things popping up. Now I got to come. What I got to go up a little, I think. All right, that's nah. I like it. I like it. That's too close for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe that's right. Who knows? We'll get this right. Yeah, that's all right. All right. So anyway, so I just got back again. It's like, you know, I got back around. It's 9:29 now. 9:30. I got back around. I guess around a little after 9, whatever. And so like I had to do a few things, you know, with the computer before it, you know, started working. Uninstall a program that actually was the reason like this thing didn't work to begin with. I was trying to repair this program, so like I installed this, you know, Revo uninstaller thing that this is, my guess is what messed up the computer. But then I noticed that it was like the Chromecast app. This app, you know, so I can like cast onto my TV set and stuff. Which I don't use it from this thing. I use it from a little tablet anyhow. So like, but so I noticed. I think, you know, I think after I uninstalled it, this program should be working well. And it sucks how that's like that. You know, they're like, you know, kind of like a program that's not related. It's a video program, but that's what it is. You know, like this app is very, or this program is very sensitive to stuff like that. Hold on. Okay. Again, I'm gonna have to like work with the lighting some more, but do that. All right. So like, what do I want to talk about? And I don't want to talk too much because I just got home. I had a great day in Manhattan. It was raining all day, but I was lucky because ordinarily I'll walk about, I don't know, 1.25 miles, maybe 1.5 miles to the train station, which is a great walk. It's, you know, it's like my exercise. I mean, I don't go to the gym enough. I have a feeling I'm going to cancel the membership because I hardly ever get there. So today it was raining, so like, you know, there's a bus stop really pretty much across the street, and you know, quarter of a block down, and so like I was able to take that to Grand Central, then like walk over to Madison from Grand Central was just a block, and catch like the M3 to like, you know, from 42nd to 55th where my meetup is on Madison. Which is cool. I mean, like, you know, so I didn't get wet there. Then, like, on the way back, well, then I walked a little in the rain with somebody, but I had an umbrella to get from, like, that building, because that was, like, my first meetup at, like, at 2. And then, like, around 5 to 5 or so, we left there, went to this other meetup at the City Corp. The first one is about exploring the free will, illusion of free will. that I was hosting, and there was like five of us, pretty cool. And then the second one I wasn't hosting, but it was the happiness one. It was like one I organized, and so yeah, so like after that, there was like, I mean, I forgot about it. Actually, I could have gone right inside the building. There's a train station, right? Number 6 train. But anyway, I walked I walked the block down toward. I thought I was going to walk toward Grand Central. Then I asked somebody like around 51st if there was like um, a train, subway stop nearby, and so like she said, there was one across the street, and I'd forgotten about it. So it's the same one actually. It's just, I would have accessed it from 53rd. But anyway, so I took that, number 6 to Grand Central in the train, and then like 10 minutes after I got in, there was a number 60 because the train station and the bus station here in White Plains were right together, and I got a that same line that I took in the morning and brought me here, so like I didn't get wet and stuff, which is kind of nice. I don't know why I had to say that. I don't know. But it was a good day, like yeah, three three out of the five of us in the free will group tended to believe in free will. And we made the arguments, but like sometimes it seems like there are seasons for this or times. Sometimes like our arguments are a lot more persuasive. I think around this time of year, people aren't really thinking. The religious beliefs kick in, and like so like we made we won the logical arguments. We didn't sway any minds though. Um, but that was good. And I met this guy actually who, he walked with me to the happiness group meetup afterwards. I'm not sure, he sounds like he's from Africa or something, Matt, but that's like short for something else. Anyway, he's taken 2 philosophy courses, one at NYU, and the philosophy course at NYU is on free will. I didn't know that, so like, I got his email address. I'm going to send him a copy of my book. And I'm also like, he told me the name of the professor, so I'm going to see if I can find him on the internet and like email him and say, listen, get your class to read this book, so you'll understand why you don't have free will. Because chances are the guy believes in free will because like, well, no, I'd say a little, I mean, I think about a little over half of philosophers believe in free will, but they don't really. It's just like they believe in this compatibilist version of free will that basically changes the definition of free will from what the whole debate is about. In other words, like they will contend that yeah, no, absolutely nothing is up to us in any fundamental sense, but we still have free will. That's nonsense. I mean, and the philosophers can do that, can get away with it. That's how fucking crazy and stupid this world is. I mean, God, you gotta wonder. Anyway, so after that, we went to the happiness group, and that was good. So, I spoke about happiness for about 2.5 hours or whatever. So it was great. It's like from 2 o'clock till 7:30. I was like in 2 meetups, just like discussing this stuff. First free will and then happiness. I like these days. It's kind of like mixing, kind of like because they were my friends were there. Like my co-host of the Manhattan show, Nick, was at actually both of them. I told him about the other one, happiness. So like he met us there later. So what else? All right. Tired. But it was a good day. Again, like considering the rain and stuff, and like, there were a lot of people in Manhattan, even though it was raining. I mean, like, our free will meetup is in the Sony Atrium, 55th and 56th in Madison, and sometimes there aren't that many people there at all. But today, even with the rain and all that, the place was pretty packed. So people needed to get out, which is good. Um, okay, so like, let's see, what do I want to talk about? Let's slow down. Um, so yeah, well, anyway, I'm glad I got this set up here like this. And so like, because actually I don't want to talk too long because I want to like I want to upload it to YouTube, and Yeah, that's what I want to do. Hey, wait a minute. Oh yeah, this because sometimes this sometimes like the image is mirrored. So like exploring illusion of free will on my sweatshirt would be like reversed. But no, no, I got this right. Okay. Um. So what else? What else? Um. Yeah, this happiness thing is going well. I'm glad I'm doing this. And I'm glad it's about happiness. For a while, it seemed like somewhat burdensome, but interestingly, today getting home, I mean, ordinarily I'd get on the computer and check my email, which would be on my other computer, whatever. But but I wanted to do this. This is like fun. And the fun thing about this is like my other work, I have expectations about, like that people will get that we don't have a free will, and people will credit me for getting this buzz started and stuff because that's a frustration. You got these freaking academics. They're really lame. I mean, one academic, I asked if she would write an article, promoting my connection between free will belief and climate change denial. And she said, no, I don't promote other philosophers' works, which is like so bogus. I mean, they're so competitive. These guys, philosophers, I mean, like, they are so like unintelligent, both psychologists and philosophers. I mean, in other fields, you can kind of excuse physicists and other natural scientists and all if they believe in free will or if they don't consider this issue important. But for philosophers and psychologists to believe in free will, that's like so fucking stupid. I mean, it's quintessentially stupid. How could you not understand cause and effect? And how could you not understand that cause and effect makes free will completely impossible? And how can you not understand that if you try to refute cause and effect, which is absurd to begin with, all you end up is like with things not being caused, and that doesn't give you free will either. It's so fucking insane. And here's the thing: so I keep on having to remind myself, it's not them. It's like whatever is running this whole show, call it God, the universe, whatever, doesn't allow them to get it, which is like that's beyond surreal. Oh, okay. So what else? God, I'm so far away from it. I can't see. It's good though. I'd rather. I mean, I could pull this whole thing. Yeah, I could, and I should actually. So yeah, sometime tomorrow, next month, I'll pull this table a bit closer because um, yeah. All right, whatever. So anyway, um, so now I've got to I got to do a bit of rearranging. Maybe I'll do some straightening up tomorrow. Um, so happiness. So here's the thing. All right, so talking about happiness, but so why am I not happier right now than I am? Because I am happy. It's a good day, but I could be happier, right? I mean, like I was riding on the train home, and I was focused on getting home. You know how when you're on the road, something you just want to get home, and then I was realizing how like unintelligent that is. How like because basically like happiness is like moment to moment. I should have been just like tapped into the happiness. It's not like I was unhappy. It's just like I was more focused on getting home than on my happiness. And I mean, I was meditating. I was like saying, but it's basically I meditate now on the mantra happiness, which is great. I mean, like it's so simple. It's much better than I feel completely happy, whatever. Um, and it works. But but no, I got to focus more. What I did in the meetup group on happiness is like I'm trying to like explain to them how quintessential happiness is, how how everything is about happiness, how our deepest being is about happiness, how God is happiness, how there's nothing greater than happiness, and the only thing of value in the world is happiness. You know, um, And if you might say, well, how about love and stuff? I mean, love is great, but love is great because it creates happiness. Think about it. If love didn't create any happiness, God, it'd be torture. Um, in other words, it's the happiness that love creates that makes love, you know, so valuable. Um, okay, so what else? I mean, I kind of feel like doing this, and I kind of don't. I guess like I'm just kind of like task oriented right now. I'm kind of like just saying to myself, um, I'm just saying to myself, well, I just want to get this done and upload it just to get it done because I want to do one of these every day, and I could do that. I could do that. Let's see. I am tired though. All right, so but no, I gotta. I feel like I haven't said anything. Um, I I gotta work with this lighting. This lighting is like it's in my eyes, and I'm gonna try something. Hold on. This is a bit kind of precarious, maybe whatever, but hopefully not. Basically, what I'm gonna do is move these lights so they're higher, and that way they will not be in my eyes. So if I keep them up on this thing, um, yeah, they're not in my eyes as much, which is kind of nice. Oops. And yeah, I think if I keep them up there, I'm gonna have to secure them with some wire or something. I don't know. We'll just be really careful. And the cool thing is, like, ordinarily, I'll be doing these videos during the day. I mean, I like to, especially because, like, I'm right by a window, and it's there's good light. Good light comes in. Okay. What else? So happiness. Yeah, I mean, happiness is like it's. I mean, I don't want to like I could say, well, well, isn't it like I can't understand how people don't get this, and but like that I feel like I'm doing that too much with the free will thing and all, and like it's that doesn't. I'm not sure it helps. I mean, it may help. I mean, part of it, I guess, what I'm doing is maybe promoting, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I feel like kind of first of all, I feel like slowing down. I feel like slowing down my voice, being more calm, not sounding so hyper excited. I don't know. Partly I'm talking a bit loud because I'm about, I guess, around 6 feet from the mic. And I turned the mic volume pretty high, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough. And so, gotta wonder. Um, so what else? The only other thing that's been on my mind is this ayahuasca stuff, and I'm a bit reluctant to talk about it because some people are just like so clueless. It's basically a plant that grows in the Amazon, and they just like tourists from the United States go to Peru and a few of the neighboring countries where they have these ayahuasca retreats, and they take part. Sometimes it's 4 day ceremonies or 7 day ceremonies, and it's this kind of concoction they make that you drink it, and it's really quote unquote out of this world, and it takes you to a different dimension in a sense. But the thing is that then they interview people who've been on it, and they talk about like, you know, this has been the most transformative experience of my entire life. I feel completely changed. I feel as if I've been reborn. And like, then I've seen some testimonials on it like a year after they've done it and they still feel that way. Again, my understanding is that like it it brings up experiences in the past sometimes that aren't resolved. This is part of what it does. Sometimes people who take it actually part of it is sometimes they feel like filled with love, Sometimes they cry. There's a cathartic aspect of it. But I'm curious, and I was thinking of like later after this to listen to more testimonials on it because I'm curious. I'm curious about more about how people react to it. What it does. It's probably something else that our uber stupid world should be utilizing in terms of like a medicine, but you know, the same kind of stupidity that has us destroying the planet and has us not being nearly as happy as we could be, and so many other things, doesn't allow us to take, thank goodness people are finally coming around on marijuana. I mean, like, I would like to get on medical marijuana when it comes out, because I haven't, I was trying that synthetic cannabis a couple of years ago, but like I haven't tried anything since it's been illegal, and I miss it. I really miss it. I mean, like, life now isn't horrible per se, but like, I remember when I was experimenting with it, I'd never felt more alive. And yes, to a certain extent, it was an experiment, so like I might have overindulged, but it wasn't at all like, in other words, like as soon as like it went illegal, I stopped doing it. And I didn't feel really a need to do more. As a matter of fact, I at some point I found that I hadn't thrown all of it away because I had to throw a little away, and instead of doing it, I actually flushed it. Which was it was about like, oh, there must have been a couple of grams that I flushed, whatever. But but anyway, yeah, I'm glad that we're finally getting on board with this marijuana because, like, I mean, the problem with yeah, I guess this is where I'm at. The problem with a lot of people with the world, and again, I don't blame people because like we don't have a free will, but like people, like the average level of happiness is 70% here in the United States, and the average person, even the very happiest people, are only happy about 50% of the day, meaning the 20% of the day they're neither happy nor unhappy. 30% of the day they're unhappy, and the average level is like only 70. My God, if I was living like that, that'd be like misery. That'd be such a miserable existence. And like the problem is that um, people accept this as it's the norm. It's kind of like as if you're living with, you know, like you're a woman living with a wife beater or something, and accept that as the norm. Or if you're a kid living with, somebody abused. I mean, like, it's insane. People don't realize that life is not supposed to be as difficult or as limited in happiness as it is for many people. Again, like, it's not like it's so horrible. Um, basically, people are happy, but 70% isn't all that much. Again, even the happiest people are only happy 50% of the time. God, if I'm happy less than like 90% of each day, I think I'm happy at least 95% of the day because what happens is like when I feel that I'm not happy, then I'll start working on it, whatever, like affirmations, whatever, or smile, whatever. But anyway, all right, 9:51. I'm gonna stop this at around 10. Give myself a limit. Um, so isn't that funny? Like my hands don't seem like lighter than my face, but I don't know. Whatever. Don't they look like so light? Whatever. And like I don't know. It's the angle, I guess. Whatever. All right. So okay. Yeah. So I'm glad I'm doing this. This feels good. Because I am focused on happiness, and right now, I don't know what I'm talking about right now. There's just like, but other times when I do this, I'm more focused. I'll explore a theme related to happiness, and that's what happiness is about. It's just like understanding it better and better, more and more profoundly, so that you feel it more and more strongly, and you're able to learn how to maintain the feeling, you know, as if like, for example, when you meditate, you focus on your breath or a mantra or something, and you learn how to maintain that focus. With happiness, it's pretty much the same thing. You learn how to focus on the feeling of happiness, and you learn how to maintain the focus. I mean, but it takes practice. I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, it's like playing the piano. It's like, you know, the you know, it's easy to learn the chords and learn how to play the piano, but then it takes a lot of practice, a lot of work, whatever. Um, okay, so what else? And pretty soon I'll have a little, you know, remote mouse here or whatever, because you know, when I end this, I'm gonna have to reach over because I could get like a very long extension, but now I got a remote mouse somewhere. Um, and yeah, so that whatever. Um, Inconsequential, you know, a lot of. I mean, here's the thing. So like, if anybody would do these kinds of video journals, they would, I think, immediately notice how trivial and consequential, tangential, so much of what we think about and say is. Um, and but the cool thing is like, so like when you know, I mean, like fortunately for me, I'm you know, I've got these meetups, you know, like, you know, every Saturday in Manhattan, then like every Thursday night in White Plains, and actually, I mean, every Thursday at a community center here in White Plains. But I'm only doing that like 2 days a month now, because like the 2 Wednesdays a month I'm in Manhattan doing a live show that I don't get in till like 2 o'clock in the morning. So like I decided that, like, you know, that's way too much. I'm whatever. But anyway, I'm doing a lot of these happiness things. So that's one reason happiness is on my mind a lot. But it's good to focus on happiness in these, because that's what life is about. You know, I mean, like, you know, if you're going to teach your kids one thing, teach them to be happy, and you want to teach them to be good, because goodness is so related to happiness. In other words, John Locke, British philosopher, he defines goodness as what creates happiness, and it makes a lot of sense. You know, if you're doing wrong, then you're either like making other people unhappy or making yourself unhappy, um, or you're involved in some kind of unsustainable, unwise happiness. You know, certainly an immoral happiness. And chances are, like, you know, like, all right, I believe in God in the sense that God is the universe, but I kind of like believe that there's like, you know, a kind of a universal justice. You know, that this law of karma, what goes around comes around, stuff like that. I mean, like, well, you know, damn, in my life, I've done a lot of work. I don't think I've been rewarded as much as I should be. But on the other hand, I mean, like, I've, you know, great happiness. So, like, in a certain sense, I have. You know, just not the way I would want to be rewarded, I guess. But that's all right. But I do believe that we, you know, the nature, this consciousness, God, whatever you want to call it, does tend to. And it's not that it's fair. It's not that it's fair, because I mean, like, think about it. To the extent we don't have a free will, you know, when we do good, it's like we're forced to do good, and when we do evil, we're forced to do evil. Evil, bad. I mean, some people don't like the word evil, but it's just like, you know, it's like in terms of good and evil. And evil could be just like, you know, giving somebody a nasty look, or just like disrespecting someone. It doesn't have to be like, you know, killing a zillion people to be evil. It's got, you know, there are small evils, but, you know, some people, when they think evil is like, you know, Satan, you know, all that, whatever. Um, yeah, it's completely unfair, you know, that God, the universe, makes us do stuff that's wrong and then punishes us for it, you know? Oh, that's, you know, I can't get that. We were talking about that at the meetup today. You know, why would God have created pain to begin with? If you're God, if you're all powerful, and supposedly you're pretty smart to have been, you know, created the human brain and all this stuff. And, you know, why? My conclusion, I'd rather see God as imperfect than immoral. You know, I'm much more comfortable with a God who is good, but just made a mistake. You know, made a mistake when he created pain. because think about it, without pain, there would be no evil. So like, so this, I imagine pain was created long even before the dinosaurs were around. I guess when plants were first morphing into, you know, animals, there was a point in time, think about it, there was a point in time when there was no pain on the planet because there was no evil on the planet because there was no pain. And that must have been a long time ago. Single-celled organisms, I doubt they feel pain. They may move away from, the light or toward the light, depending on what feels more comfortable, whatever. But it doesn't seem like they feel pleasure or pain. It's just like, but then you get to a point somewhere, and I've never really actually, I think I may have tried to find it, but, I haven't really found any answers to when that began. But I prefer to believe that it's a mistake, that God was mistaken in doing that rather than God is bad. All right, it is like 9:58, and yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up because again, I want to like get it uploaded, and in the meantime, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I got to straighten up, and I'm too tired. So I may just lie back and relax and just, listen to some YouTube videos, whatever, or podcasts or something. Maybe I'll check my email. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. And I will be back tomorrow to do more of this. And yeah, 36 minutes. That's not bad. I don't like this light. This light sucks, doesn't it? But you can't blame me because I don't have a free will. That's the thing. And you can't even blame God because, like, if well, I'm not even going to get into that. All right. I will, universe willing, I'll do some more of this maybe tomorrow. Bye.